Deer season ends here in Missouri next week, and instead of dwelling on that unfilled tag or that shot you missed, it's time to look forward to next season. Now, when most people think about improving their property for better deer and turkey hunting, they think, I'll just put in some more food plots. And while having quality food year-round can do wonders for having a healthy deer and turkey population, there are so many things you can do to improve your property that have nothing to do with putting more seed in the ground. So in this video, we're going to go over 4 projects you can start on right after the season ends to improve your property for next season. But before we get into them, do me a favor, and if this is your first time visiting my channel and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell icon so you can get notifications and not miss any videos. And the first thing you can do is improve the bedding areas on your property. If you don't have quality bedding on your property, then the deer are leaving to find it somewhere else. Concentrate on creating bedding areas where deer are going to want to be during the winter months. Concentrate on those south-facing slopes because those are going to warm up faster than any of the other areas around it. Hinge cutting is a great way to add quality bedding to your property. By hinge cutting trees 5 to 6 inches in diameter at about waist level, what you do is create horizontal cover. You will open up the canopy, which promotes new growth, and that new growth will provide a lot more browse for deer in that area, all of which makes for great deer habitat. And the second thing that you can do is you can add some water holes. Water is the key to all life, and deer need it just like we do. Adding water holes to your property doesn't have to be some huge project with large equipment. It can be as simple as digging a small hole and putting a hard plastic tub in the ground, or just adding some pond liner. You may need to hold off till the ground thaws a little bit to dig those holes, but if you're in a state like Missouri where it can be 50 degrees in January, you could do it now. Place these water holes within bow range and on a trail leading to an afternoon food source. That should provide you with great shot opportunities come next season. And the third thing that you can do is you can define your travel corridors. By trying to define your travel corridors, you can make deer travel routes a little more predictable. You'll be using hinge cuts again to create these routes. Deer, just like people, want to use the path of least resistance. And so what you want to do is you pick a trail that deer are naturally going to want to travel that connects bedding to a food source. Hinge cut the trees so they fall away from the trail you're creating. So if your trail's running this way, you want the trees to fall this way, creating a little wall that guides them onto the trail. What this will also do is this will put a little more browse at about head level for deer so they can get a snack on the way to that bigger food source. You could probably also place one of those water holes we talked about earlier, and that will create awesome shot opportunities come this fall. And the fourth way to improve your property is to plant some trees. Now, I know I said that these were non-food plot related tips, but I kind of fibbed just a little bit. What I'm kind of talking about is your own little tree plot. Plant some apples or persimmons or pears. You can sweeten up an existing food plot or create your own little orchard that you and the deer will love, especially if your neighbors don't have any fruit trees. Winter and early spring are the best times to plant trees because they are dormant. You'll have a much higher survival rate if you plant trees then than if they're in their growing stages. So that was 3 non-food plot related tips and 1 sort of not food plot related habitat improvement tip. If you have any more tips, leave those down in the comments below. Hit that like button if you like this video, share it if you found it helpful, and make sure that you are subscribed so you can stay informed.